Today we're going to talk about a subject that's near and dear to my heart. That's a concealed carry knife to go along with your concealed carry gun. Now, is a knife anywhere near the top of the list of tools I want to use to solve a lethal force encounter? No, it's absolutely not. In fact, what's number one? Well, in the immortal words of Greg Stubbe, I prefer to use a JDAM on targets that I designate with a laser while I sip scotch from my hotel balcony. That's not always a realistic choice for all the rest of us. Obviously, if I'm in the street, I would much prefer to use my pistol. It's got distance, it's got standoff, so why are we even advocating a knife? Well, I see a knife primarily as a way to get back to my gun. Especially as a good guy in a street fight or something like that. Alright, we don't always get to pick the range where the fight starts. It would be awesome if it started way over there and I could be like, line up my sights. But that's not always realistic. If a fight does start, and again, it has met the lethal force criteria, alright, and somebody's either got a hold of this arm, alright, or they're so up on me that I don't feel like I can safely draw my gun. Maybe I'm going to get it taken away if I start taking it half out of the holster. Or something we've even seen before, somebody knows that you're carrying, alright, they've got your gun jammed into your holster for you. A knife is a great way to make some distance so you can get that lethal tool back out. Now, unfortunately, edged weapons are frowned on by a lot of states and a lot of places that you can carry. Now, for my money, a fixed blade always beats a folder, every time, hands down. Even if I've got one of these cool guy auto opener thingies, we've seen in hardcore training where blower suits, that kind of thing, a lot of times the knife doesn't open the way it's supposed to. So, a fixed blade is always better. Fixed blade's open, alright, it comes out of the sheath, it's ready to go to work. Now, the problem with the fixed blade is there's only about 3-4 states in the union where you can carry one concealed. Alright, so for most of us, that's out. Unfortunately today, I think I came up with the 47-state solution. So that's what we're going to talk about. The 47-state solution is simply this. It's a Spyderco Dragonfly, which is a little guy here, 2.5-inch blade. Simple lockback, no kind of weird auto openers or anything like that. And it passes the gravity test if you're a gravity test kind of state. And then from eBay, I've got a $20 neck knife sheath. Now, one of the reasons I went with the Dragonfly, not only its size, alright, it's a little guy, alright, it's going to conceal nicely, alright, but it's a very popular knife, so there's a huge availability of neck knife sheaths, that kind of thing. Now, I'm not a huge fan of neck knives. I cannot imagine myself in the heat of Mortal Kombat reaching up and funneling the old double D's to get out some sharp stabby thing and then giving somebody a tune-up. So there's a place for them, but in my mind at least, for personal defense, not a good option. But this works equally well on the belt. Alright, so just the 550 cord that came with the sheath, a barrel connector that I salvaged off some clothing, and a little bit of a Salter Arts and Crafts hour, we can make this work. Alright, so here's a Dragonfly. You see, nice and small. Alright, sheath fits. Alright, it's pretty tight. Alright, I don't have to worry about it falling out. But tight enough for a decent amount of retention. So I want to carry this blade up. Dragonfly is kind of a unique knife. Alright, it does work reverse grip as well. It feels pretty good even for a small knife in the hand. But having experimented with this a little bit, coming out of the belt, I prefer that it be blade forward. So all I'm going to do, alright, there's my hole, take my 550 cord. All I'm trying to do is make a couple of X's here in the back so that I've got somewhere to attach it to my belt. Belt slides through. Pull the slack out of my 550 cord, my barrel connector. And stabby thing, nice and concealed. So, and then obviously trim the 550 cord off here in a moment. But there we've got a pretty cheap solution. Got about a $60 knife with a $20 sheath. Alright, I've got a stabby thing to go along with my shooty thing. We're in business.